Locally owned and operated, 11 Oaks Farms raises Wagyu beef and heritage breed pork right here in Newville, Pennsylvania. Our low-stress practices and carefully designed diets produce some of the finest meats you will ever experience. We also offer a selection of quality Angus beef, pork, chicken, seasonings, sauces, pantry items, and much more. Shop online at 11oaksfarms.com. Visit us in-store at 34 North Corporation Street in Newville or call 717-360-8249.
It's time for Mechanicsburg High School Wildcat Athletics, presented by 11 Oaks Farms in Newville on GoMechanicsburg.com and now on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe and follow Wildcat Athletics at Go Mechanicsburg on YouTube, available on all smart devices. Wildcat Athletics is presented by 11 Oaks Farms in Newville, Bobby Rahal Automotive Group, Charity Kastner RSR Realtors, Your Neighborhood Chick-fil-A at Shepherdstown Crossing, Lawnscapes Inc., Members First Federal Credit Union, Operation Wildcat, OSS Health, now with 2 locations on the West Shore, Mechanicsburg Area Recreation Department, RBC Wealth Management and the Turnbridge Group, Renewed Hearing Solutions, Sheets, Snappers Bar and Grill, Seth Gardner State Farm, your Harrisburg True Green Lawn Care, Westshire Decks, servicing all of Central PA, the Wildcat Foundation, and Wolf Brewing Company. Now, let's head out to the contest and the Members First Federal Credit Union broadcast booth on GoMechanicsburg.com.
With the call, here's the voice of the Wildcats, Mike Garland.
And for the final time during the 2024-2025 girls basketball season, we come to you live from the Mechanicsburg High School gym. Good evening, Wildcat fans. Thanks for tuning in on GoMechanicsburg.com. Mike Garland hanging out in the Members First Federal Credit Union broadcast booth. Tonight's game presented by 11 Oaks Farms in Newville. It is the District 3 6A consolation round 5th and 6th place seeded game, easy for me to say, 5th and 6th place seed game between the number 7 seeded Wilson Bulldogs and the number 4 seed Mechanicsburg Wildcats. The winner of this one will be the 5 seed representing District 3 in the state tournament. The loser will be the 6 seed. Either way, the two teams will be headed to the Philadelphia region playing against a District 6 team. Now, the way it's all going to work out for these two squads is if Mechanicsburg were to win and be a 5 seed, they will play the 3 seed from District 1. If they are a 6 seed, they will play the 2 seed from District 1. We will not know who that is until Friday, as District 1 is playing its semifinals tonight of their tournament. Those semifinal games include Perkiomen Valley against Central Bucks East and Garnet Valley versus Upper Dublin. The championship game is Friday at St. Joe's University. Also on Friday will then be the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th place games for District 1. So while the Wildcats and the Bulldogs will know their state seed by the end of tonight, they will not know their opponents until Friday. The state brackets will be released over the weekend. We know, Wildcat fans, that the girls are headed to that Philadelphia region. The boys will be doing the same as they play Wilson tomorrow night here at the gym. That'll actually be an early afternoon game, a 4:30 tip for boys basketball tomorrow because of the high school play Wizard of Oz. Tickets still remaining. Get yours in advance. So Mechanicsburg comes in, having defeated Central York just a couple of days ago, 39-31. Meanwhile, for Wilson, it was a drubbing of Manheim Township on the road, 47-24. Both teams fell into the consolation bracket by way of second-round losses. For Mechanicsburg, it was a 47-40 setback to Central Dauphin. And for Wilson, it was a 40-29 loss to Dallastown, a Dallastown team that they had previously beaten in December. So Dallastown was able to exact some revenge on the Wilson Bulldogs. Regardless, we are getting ready to tip off in about 20 minutes. We're going to take a break, check in with head coach Clay McAllister for Coach's Corner. Tonight's game presented by 11 Oaks Farms in Newville. We'll be back in a bit on GoMechanicsburg.com.
Locally owned and operated, 11 Oaks Farms raises Wagyu beef and heritage breed pork right here in Newville, Pennsylvania. Our low-stress practices and carefully designed diets produce some of the finest meats you will ever experience. We also offer a selection of quality Angus beef, pork, chicken, seasonings, sauces, pantry items, and much more. Shop online at 11oaksfarms.com. Visit us in-store at 34 North Corporation Street in Newville or call 717-360-8249.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
Hey there, Wildcat fans. It's Mike Garland, voice of Wildcat Athletics. And that map you're looking at and those little blue pin drops, they represent the central Pennsylvania locations of our broadcast partners. From our presenting sponsor, 11 Oaks Farms, to the south and west in Newville, to one of our newest partners, True Green Lawn Care on the East Shore in Middletown, and everywhere in between. These are community-oriented businesses, and their dollars are supporting Wildcat Athletics. So in turn, fans, I ask you to support them. Pick up the phone and price their services. Shop in their store locations. Tell them you heard about it during a broadcast of Wildcat Athletics. You can go to GoMechanicsburg.com right now and click on the live stream tab to learn more about each one of these great central Pennsylvania businesses. We thank them for their support, and I encourage you to support them in turn.
Does your property need a little TLC? Call Lawnscapes Inc. of Mechanicsburg today at 717-697-1833 and see how Wes Moret and his team can transform or maintain your residential or commercial property. From hardscapes to yard services of all types, tree and shrub surface and more, this locally owned and operated business has you covered. Call today for your free estimate. Lawnscapes Inc. at 717-697-1833. That's 717-697-1833.
We are dedicated to serving our members, associates, and communities because they give us purpose. We know we are stronger when we come together as one. We believe financial literacy is a key tool for personal well-being, economic stability, and a more secure financial future for everyone. And we are committed to providing all with access to financial wellness resources. We strive to deliver unparalleled experiences for our members through every moment and milestone. We are built by will, forged by people, and powered by a proud member experience.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact local agent Seth Gardner for your personal price plan today.
This is you. And this is us. Hi, we're True Green. We're the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. That means we'll give you a pro-level lawn guaranteed. That's a satisfaction guarantee. That's a price match guarantee. That's a guarantee on top of your guarantee. So you can do less of this and more of this.
A deck where memories are made, barbecues are grilled, and sunsets are savored. But let's face it, not all decks are created equal. Enter Westshire Decks. We're not your average deck builders. Precision is our mantra. We don't just build decks, we craft outdoor living spaces tailored to your dreams. With Westshire Decks, you get seasoned experts who know decks inside and out. So why settle for a deck that's just okay when you can have one that's extraordinary? Westshire Decks, where craftsmanship meets creativity. Give us a call today and come see how we are different.
The Wildcat Foundation is Mechanicsburg Area School District's education foundation. Established in 1998, the foundation raises and distributes funds that support students in education, wellness, cultural awareness, and athletics. The Wildcat Foundation has also awarded hundreds of thousands of dollars in scholarships to support students' higher education. Learn more and donate today at wildcatfoundation.org. Wolf Brewing Company in Mechanicsburg, established in 2021 as a family and pet-friendly social experience, offers food and drink options for the community from the community. Family owned by Wildcat graduates, Wolf Brewing Company is just off South Market Street in the all-new Legacy Park. Stop in before, during, or after the game for food crafted from the freshest local ingredients, plus many award-winning drinks made on site. Wolf Brewing Company, 100 Legacy Park Drive, Suite 400, online at wolfbrewingco.com or call 717-590-7917.
Getting you back to Mechanicsburg Wildcat Athletics. Presented by 11 Oaks Farms in Newville on GoMechanicsburg.com.
It is time for Coach's Corner on GoMechanicsburg.com. Coach's Corner presented by our friends at the Wildcat Foundation. We'll get you out to the Members First Federal Credit Union broadcast booth in just a moment. But in front of tonight's 5th and 6th place seed game against the Wilson Bulldogs, joined by head coach Clay McAllister. Coach, how you doing?
Good.
All right, so before we talk about the Wilson Bulldogs, let's go back to just a couple of nights ago against Central York. The game wasn't pretty by basketball standards, but you pulled away, you pull out the victory. What are your thoughts on that game against Central York?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times that's playoff basketball. You know what I mean? Two highly competitive teams, two organized teams. Two teams that are prepared, and both teams really make the other work for every point you get, and so there were times where it didn't look great, but we made enough plays, we made enough shots, and we defended well.
A lot of three-point shots taken and a lot of three-point shots made, and I think you hit something like 7 or 8 three-pointers in the game. I mean, you take away those shots, it's a completely different ball game. So what are your thoughts on that outside shooting game?
Yeah, I mean, we certainly work on it a lot. I thought for the most part the ones that we took were good ones. I think Mia hit 3. Reagan came off the bench and hit 2 big ones for us in the third quarter. Feet set, open threes, shots that she needs to take. And so, for a freshman like that to come in and make that kind of contribution in that spot was awesome.
So Reagan makes those shots. Yeah. You had the ones by Mia, including the big one at the end of the third quarter, and I'll tell you what, I can still vividly picture the look on her face when she sank it. You practice half-court shots at the end of every practice, and it wasn't quite half-court, but it was from some distance.
It's sort of become a tradition actually many years, and it's fun, but it's also, there's some practicality to doing it. You know what I mean? You never know when you're going to have a chance to do it. And she hit a big one. She hit a big one for us. It reminded me of the end of the third quarter against Central Dauphin when it didn't go our way. And I think, what was it? We had a 6-point lead or a 5-point lead at that point when she hit that shot, and it definitely changed the momentum.
Well, and what you say right there is almost literally what happened in that Central Dauphin game. A big three is hit at the buzzer. It changes the momentum and pushes one team one direction and the other team another direction. And in this case, it was the Wildcats that were able to take advantage of that. You get, I believe, 4 points from Lauren Lebo down low, so she's still kind of being held in check scoring-wise, but she did a nice job on the rebound. She's been running the floor a lot with the ball and working around the perimeter. So is that something that you want her to do more of on the outside there, or is that just sort of how the defense has pushed her out?
We want her to be a little more aggressive probably at times, but she's so unselfish. She's led our team in assists the last couple nights. She's so unselfish. I think there's times where she could try to do a little bit more than she does. She's just so athletic and so talented, but we also use her to initiate a lot of what we do, and she's good.
You probably have watched the film, but would you be surprised if I said it was, 40 seconds to go in the fourth quarter till you finally shot a free throw in the ball game?
Yeah.
Crazy, right?
It was crazy. It was crazy. And, certainly not here to talk about the officiating, but let's just say it was a physical game. And at least for the first 3 quarters or so, the whistle didn't necessarily go our way a whole lot. So
there were a couple of times I looked down at the bench and you were on a knee, you were walking away. You did a good job biting your tongue.
Yeah, I've hopefully gotten a little wiser in my old age, and a lot of that screaming and yelling at the officials doesn't help a whole lot. So,
it's great to make the 3-point shots. It brings the crowd to their feet. It's always very exciting. But fair to say, probably could use some more points on the floor, some 2-point shots.
No doubt. Central York does a great job. Kevin does a great job with them. They switch a lot and keep you out of the paint by doing it. And, the chances that we had to get our feet in the paint a lot of times resulted still in kickouts. We didn't get all the way to the rim. So it was a good night for us to shoot it like we did.
2 games in a row now I've seen Elena from near the free throw line stop, pop, and make the buckets. Like it's easy too for her.
Yeah. The last 2 weeks, the playoffs in general, even back to the Altoona game, you know, she played well against Altoona. Elena played well. She did some really good things. So, you know, even back to that game, she's had a really good couple weeks for us against some good competition. So she doesn't get sped up, you know, and that experience, I guess, I don't know, but she's also being a little more assertive, a little more aggressive. And so, yeah, she scored in a bunch of different ways. Last night she hit a couple threes. Her mid-range game, I mean, she's caught it in the middle of the paint and hit some mid-range shots, and then she's also gotten herself all the way to the foul line a couple times. So she's had a good tournament.
Well, and it had to feel great to win the game because last year you go into that consolation first round, you lose. Now you're playing for 7-8 last year. So this year you get to play for a 5-6 seed and what we now know to be a trip to the Philadelphia region and District 1. And that bracket will finalize itself on Friday. So you're going to have to wait a couple of days to figure out who you're going to play. But as you look now at the Wilson Bulldogs tonight, they're a team that came into the district tournament seated below Mechanicsburg, but looking at their resume, they look like they're a pretty good team despite the handful of losses that they had.
They're very good. They're very good. They play great defense. Pretty young. Don't play a senior. Very talented. They're going to make you work for everything. It's going to look a lot like it has the last couple nights. You know, that kind of defensive effort. They're going to give it.
Putting their roster to paper, I see they have a size advantage, kind of along the lines of what Central Dauphin brought to the gym. So, I mean, your young ladies are certainly familiar with that, but how do you coach that?
Well, we're going to have to rebound better than we did against Central Dauphin. You know, it's something we talked about all year. You know, we want our defensive rebounding number to be up around 70%. For us, that's what we've worked towards. And against Central Dauphin, it was 52%. It can be really hard to win a basketball game when you don't rebound. And so we're not going to get any bigger in the next couple minutes before the game starts. So, you know, we're going to have to put a body on people and rebound in that way. So, you know, yeah, they have some size, maybe not quite what Central Dauphin had, but they have some size. And our kids can do it. We need to do it. You know, that game against Central Dauphin, I don't know how many times they had. I bet you they didn't score more than 5 or 6 times on their first attempt. It was all on second and third chances. And that's like I said, that's just a tough way to play, tough way to win.
For sure. And I look at the schedule, and there's a couple of common opponents. Looks like Wilson had played, I believe they played Cumberland Valley. They've played Central York. They played Redline, who's playing for a district championship.
And Reading twice.
And Reading as well. So, I mean, there's some fair common opponents on there. Win some, lose some, of course. But, you know, what do you tell the young ladies beyond, you know, what we just talked about, the general game? I mean, they've seen film. What are we saying to them?
Yeah, I mean, we watched film, you know, at practice. And I think the thing that I've been talking to them about more than anything is, you know, this tournament's a grind. It just is. And this last game, you get one day to prepare, and, you know, you get tired legs. And I said to them last night before the game started, right before they went out, I said, I'm going to know in the first 2 or 3 minutes if you're ready to go. You know what I mean? What do you look like? What's your body language look like? You know, what's your effort look like? And I was really proud last night because they were ready to go, and I could tell they were ready to go. So I'll be disappointed if they're not. I mean, they know Wilson's good, but let's face it, we haven't played a bad team yet in the playoffs.
That's for sure. And I mean, I hate to wrap up our conversation with Wilson by going back to the Central York game, but I think one of the coolest things about the Central York game is you did most of what you did in the first half with Macy on the bench. You made the comment about officiating. She got in foul trouble early and basically was on the bench for the first half, and you were able to have the lead, build the lead, and maintain it with one of your leaders on the bench.
Yeah, it was awesome because that's not been that we haven't had to do that this year, and we were good on both ends of the floor in the first half yesterday. I mean, you know, we gave up 8 points in the first half, and we played pretty well offensively in the first half. And obviously, she does a lot for us at both ends of the floor, so it changes our matchups defensively. You know, and a lot of the stuff we're running, she sort of gets us in it. So that was a good sign for us, no doubt.
Very cool, very cool. Anything else you want to add about Wilson before tonight's game?
Go Cats.
All right, well, thank you very much, Coach. We're going to take a break, come back, and we will take a look at the starting lineups for tonight's game, Mechanicsburg and Wilson. Tonight's game presented by 11 Oaks Farms in Newville on GoMechanicsburg.com.
Locally owned and operated, 11 Oaks Farms raises Wagyu beef and heritage breed pork right here in Newville, Pennsylvania. Our low-stress practices and carefully designed diets produce some of the finest meats you will ever experience. We also offer a selection of quality Angus beef, pork, chicken, seasonings, sauces, pantry items, and much more. Shop online at 11oaksfarms.com. Visit us in-store at 34 North Corporation Street in Newville or call 717-360-8249.
Craig was in the Rockies and had to cut his ski trip short because he was having severe knee pain.
Lauren came in, she was really discouraged. She tried 3 months of therapy, nothing was working. She really wanted to get back to volleyball.
We found that he had severe arthritis in both knees and his hip.
She needed shoulder arthroscopy with slap and posterior labral repair.
Simultaneous bilateral total knee replacements.
6 months of recovery and Lauren's back, happy as ever.
3 months after his final surgery, Craig sent us pictures of him skiing the Rocky Mountains. And that's what makes our job here at OSS Health so fulfilling.
Operation Wildcat is a nonprofit organization whose mission is to pool the resources in our community to help our school district students, families, and staff members in need. We'll take your new or gently used back-to-school items, bikes, books, clothing, dresses and suits, furniture, Halloween costumes, gifts for the holiday, Christmas tree decorations, pennies, socks, underwear, Thanksgiving food, toothbrushes and toothpaste, and yard sale items. Learn more at OperationWildcat.org and go Wildcats.
Elevate your everyday with the Mechanicsburg Area Recreation Department. Immerse yourself in a world of excitement and discovery. From adrenaline-pumping sports to serene outdoor escapes, we've got your perfect recreation blend. Join us for fitness, family fun, and fantastic experiences. Unleash your inner adventurer. It's time for a thrilling escape. Visit mbgsd.org and click on the Recreation tab, or drop by our office at the Trails and Trees Environmental Center. Mechanicsburg Area Recreation, where every moment is a new adventure.
At Bobby Ray Hall, it's about doing the right thing, starting with our vision, that clients deserve great service at a fair price. We understand this can only happen with great team members. Doing what's right includes supporting local charities, youth sports, and first responders. It extends to the environment and why we reclaim rainwater for car washes and recycle used oil. We want to thank our loyal clients for recognizing us by voting Bobby Ray Hall simply the best of Harrisburg for 21 years in a row. Experience the Bobby Ray Hall difference and find out more at BobbyRayHall.com.
The Turnbridge Group at RBC Wealth Management are proud supporters of Mechanicsburg Wildcat Athletics. When you're faced with tough business, personal, and financial decisions, turn to the Turnbridge Group. They specialize in retirement planning and complex financial situations as their team helps you define and attain your goals, all while building a strong and caring relationship with you. Advisors Tim Engel, Jonathan Stow, and Nick Hansen are available for your call today. The Turnbridge Group, part of the community and for the community. Visit them online at turnbridgegroup.com or call 717-724-4225.
I needed a change in my life. I wanted to be closer to my grandchildren. I was not hearing what the kids were saying. I fly hot air balloons and I couldn't hear leaks. It was time to take care of my hearing. As soon as I met Marianne at Renewed Hearing Solutions, she made me feel so comfortable. My life has improved so much since I got hearing aids. It was the best thing I've ever done. I would highly recommend Renewed Hearing Solutions.
Get back in the conversation. Call Renewed Hearing Solutions today.
Are you on the hunt for a new home? Maybe you're a growing family looking to expand your living situation, or you find your current space too large and you're simply looking to downsize. Whatever your needs, contact Charity Kastner, Realtor with RSR Realtors today. Charity knows the local real estate market and she will find the right home for you. Charity Kastner isn't just a Mechanicsburg-based realtor, she's a Mechanicsburg mom. And after all, mother knows best. Just ask her kids. Make the move today by calling Charity Kastner at 717-557-9312 or rsrrealtors.com to find your first or next home sweet home.
Getting you back to Mechanicsburg Wildcat Athletics. Presented by 11 Oaks Farms in Newville on GoMechanicsburg.com.
And welcome back to the Mechanicsburg High School Gym. Mike Garland and you on GoMechanicsburg.com. Welcome to the Wilson Bulldog fans tuning in as well. I'm hanging out at the Members First Federal Credit Union broadcast booth, and tonight's game is presented by 11 Oaks Farms in Newville. The young ladies from Wilson wrapping up their pregame shoot. The Wildcats doing the same. We'll take a quick unofficial look at the projected starters before getting the official announcement from public address announcer Ben Shad. First of all, for the number 7 seed Wilson Bulldogs, coming in with a district-recognized record of 17 and 8. They were 10-2 in Berks Division I. Starting at forward, a 5'11 junior, number 2, Violet Hauk. Starting at guard, a 5'3 junior, number 3, Janai Tisdale. At guard, a 5'9 sophomore, number 12, Ryan Lehman. At guard, a 5'8 junior, number 21, Laura Krokona. A forward, 5'11 and a junior, number 22, Emma Williams. The head coach is Matt Rackett. Assistant coaches Abby Hauk, Sheila Ressler, and Eric Schober. The number 4 seed Wildcats, recognized by District 3 as 24-1, 14-0, coming out of Mid-Penn Keystone. At guard, a 5'7 junior, 00, Macy Yanoski. A guard, 5'10 and a sophomore, number 4, Asha Pratt. A forward, 6 foot and a junior, number 14, Lauren Lebo. A guard, 5'7 and a junior, number 21, Elena Sweet. And at guard, 5'7 and a sophomore, number 22, Mia Masser. The head coach is Clay McAllister. Assistant coaches Tanya Brown, Katie Christ, and Megan Schrass. We'll turn it over to public address announcer Ben Shad in advance of tonight's tip-off between Mechanicsburg and Wilson.
Moving, taunting, profanity, and attempts to intimidate officials and opponents is unfriendly, unsportsmanlike, and unacceptable. Such actions may result in a man being removed from the gymnasium. The student athletes, coaches, and officials before you are giving you their very best. You should give them yours. Be loud, be proud, be positive, sportsmanship. The only missing piece is you. The officials for tonight's matchup are Brian Snyder, Jonathan Snyder, and Michael Schlett. Now let's meet the starting lineups for both teams. First, for the visiting Wilson Bulldogs. Head coach Matt Rackett, with assistants from Abby Hauk, Sheila Rissler, and Aaron Schober. A junior forward standing at 5'11", wearing number 2, Violet Hauk. A junior guard standing at 5'3", wearing number 3, Janai Tisdale. A sophomore guard standing at 5'9", wearing number 12, Ryan Lehman. A junior guard standing at 5'8", wearing number 21, Lauren Krokona. And a junior forward standing at 5'11", wearing number 22, Emma Williams. The Bulldogs of Wilson High School.
The starting 5 for Wilson.
The starting lineup for your home, Mechanicsburg Wildcats. Head coach Clay McAllister with assistants from Tanya Brown, Katie Christ, and Megan Schrass. This is a junior guard standing 5'7", wearing number 00, Macy Yanoski. A sophomore guard standing 5'10", wearing number 4, Asha Pratt. A junior forward standing 6 foot even, wearing number 14, Lauren Lebo. A junior guard standing 5'7", wearing number 21, Elena Sweet. And a sophomore guard standing 5'7", wearing number 22, Mia Masser.
The starting lineups for the Mechanicsburg Wildcats and the Wilson Bulldogs. Will step out real quick and come back with the opening tip of tonight's game. Mechanicsburg and Wilson. Tonight's game presented by 11 Oaks Farms in Newville on GoMechanicsburg.com.
Locally owned and operated, 11 Oaks Farms raises Wagyu beef and heritage breed pork right here in Newville, Pennsylvania. Our low-stress practices and carefully designed diets produce some of the finest meats you will ever experience. We also offer a selection of quality Angus beef, pork, chicken, seasonings, sauces, pantry items, and much more. Shop online at 11oaksfarms.com. Visit us in-store at 34 North Corporation Street in Newville or call 717-360-8249.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
Does your property need a little TLC? Call Lawnscapes Inc. of Mechanicsburg today at 717-697-1833 and see how Wes Moret and his team can transform or maintain your residential or commercial property. From hardscapes to yard services of all types, tree and shrub service and more, this locally owned and operated business has you covered. Call today for your free estimate. Lawnscapes Inc. at 717-697-1833. That's 717-697-1833.
Getting you back to Mechanicsburg Wildcat Athletics. Presented by 11 Oaks Farms in Newville on GoMechanicsburg.com.
Hauk, Tisdale, Lehman, Crocona, and Williams, the starters for Wilson. District championships are taking place at the Giant Center. Both of these teams would love to have been there, but nevertheless playing for the 5 or 6 seed. Apologies on the delay getting us back from commercial. So the 6 seed will play the 2 seed from District 1. The 5 seed will play the 3 seed from District 1. Macy Yanoski with the first touch after the Cats win the opening tip. Lauren Lebo outside the three-point arc. Gets it to Asha Pratt. She thought about a three. She stands in front of the Wilson bench, goes back to her left, Yanoski. Bounce pass down low, Lebo back out to Yanoski. Macy Yanoski, the leading scorer for the Wildcats, looks to drive on Hauk. And a travel turnover for Macy Yanoski. So Wilson traveling in the road reds with white stripes. Wilson across the chest. And a Nike swoosh on the right shoulder. The Cats in the home whites, maroon and steel trim. Wildcats across the chest, also with that Nike swoosh on the right shoulder. The ball in the hands of Crocona. She takes it around the horn. Lehman to Tisdale. Now Hauk to her right, Williams. Wilson working it around the horn. Into the hands of Crocona. Yanoski with the pressure. Tisdale. Head fake on Masser. Kicks it out into the hands of Lehman. Lehman retreats between the circles, and Wilson will reset the offense. Officials for tonight, Brian Snyder, Jonathan Snyder, and Michael Schlipp. Lehman goes right. Crocona. Head fake from Crocona. She kicks it out to Lehman, who takes a three. It's off the iron, no good. Asha Pratt with the rebound, her 110th of the season. Macy Yanoski takes a three in transition and converts. Yanoski with the first points of the night for the Wildcats on that three-point shot, her 38th made of the year. And it's 3-0 Mechanicsburg. Tisdale looks to drive baseline on Masser, runs into Yanoski. Now the double-team pressure forces the kick out Crocona. Her three-pointer is good. So Laura Crocona answers the Macy Yanoski three, and we are tied at 3, just about 2 minutes into quarter number 1. Yanoski to Masser. She made a couple of threes the other night against Central York. One right at the buzzer at the end of the third quarter. Elena Sweet to Mia Masser. And a pushing foul called against Wilson. Wait for the official call. And it goes against Emma Williams. For Williams, her first foul, the team's first. Wilson Bulldog fans, your boys basketball team right back here in this very gym tomorrow afternoon at 4:30. Ben Shad will have the play-by-play call on GoMechanicsburg.com. Mia Masser banks it in. I don't know that she thought that was going to go when it left her hands, but it hit the glass and found its way through the cylinder. A triple team underneath as Hauk turns it over. Masser comes away with the steal. Lebo has her pocket picked. Hustling in from behind was Janai Tisdale. So Wilson runs the floor. Flat-footed jumper by Lehman is no good. Rebound corralled by Lauren Lebo. Pratt running in the face of Williams. Loses the dribble but picks it back up. Now draws a double team And Janai Tisdale reached in, forcing the jump ball. The alternating possession arrow will give the ball back to the Bulldogs. Wilson cheerleaders in attendance. They've been supporting their young ladies pretty much from the moment they got off the bus. Nice little student section here for the Wildcats tonight. Hauk outside the three-point arc to Williams. Williams right to Lehman. Back to Hauk. Hauk, chest pass to Tisdale. Tisdale goes right. It's Williams one more time. Krakona with a head fake on Janoski looks to drive. Her path to the hoop cut off by the combination of Janoski and Elena Sweet. Lauren Lebo nearly forces the turnover. Krakona picks it up. And that pass went just wide of Tisdale, but luckily Lehman was there. The pass underneath, though, stolen away by Mia Masser. And for Mia Masser, that is steal number 40 on the year. Janoski, pressured by Tisdale, to Pratt. Pratt baseline, puts up a shot. It's no good. They're going to call a foul before the shot. So the Cats will have possession on the floor as Janai Tisdale is called for the foul. Her first, the team's second. A substitution for head coach Matt Rackett's squad. Checking into the contest is Kaylani Hardy, and out is Ryan Lehman. Hardy, a sophomore. Lebo underneath, turns it over. Lebo has had her hands full with some taller young ladies here in the postseason. Reagan Condon is in. Mia Masser will head to the bench. Masser with 3 of the Wildcats' 6. Macy Janoski, the other 3. Tisdale, 5'3" junior guard, brings the ball across the timeline, dumps it down to Hauk, who gives it back to Tisdale. She drives. Side of the backboard, no good. Asha Pratt on the rebound. Pratt running the floor. And they're going to call Asha Pratt for the double dribble. So another turnover for the Wildcats. Wilson to inbound. Just one bucket for the 7-seeded Bulldogs. District 3 recognizes them at 17-8. Overall, they are 18-9, going 1-1 in the Berks tournament. They beat Schuylkill Valley, lost to Governor Mifflin. 3-point shot up and good for Tisdale. So all 6 points for both squads have come via 3-point shot. Tisdale on the defense there. Sweet from her sweet spot from the foul line, banks it in. Elena Sweet has found a new home for points, and that's in the paint near the free throw line, and we have a turnover by Kaylani Hardy. That spot in the paint for Elena Sweet over the last 4 games has been money for the junior. And remember, Wildcat fans, regardless of what happens tonight, there will be a game next Friday in the state tournament. Sweet takes the pass, bounces down low Lauren Lebo, and Tisdale is going to be called for foul number 2. Team foul number 3 in the quarter. And back to the scorer's table is Ryan Lehman. She'll check in. Mia Masser does the same for the Wildcats. So as Masser comes in, Pratt takes a seat. It's going to be Reagan Condon, Mia Masser, Elena Sweet, Lauren Lebo, and Macy Janoski for Wilson. Kaylani Hardy also in the game. Ryan Lehman, Laura Krakona, Violet Hauk. Lebo's shot is blocked by Emma Williams. The ball goes out of bounds. Wilson basketball. Throughout the regular season, Lauren Williams didn't face too many opponents that could match her in size, both height and build, but she has certainly had her hands full during the postseason. Lehman to her right, and Williams. Now it's in the hands of Hardy. Top of the arc, Tisdale. She works it around to Krakona. Krakona trying to work off a screen, kicks it right, Williams. Lehman back to Hauk. Lehman one more time, going back and forth. Now it's Krakona, far side corner. Hauk, 3-point shot taken by Hardy. It's good, and Wilson has its first lead of the game. Wilson leads by 3 on its third 3-point shot of the night. Elena Sweet, Wilson leads by 1 on that 3-point shot. And that shot is no good. Rebound for Ryan Lehman. Lauren Lebo in the face of Laura Krakona. That shot was no good, but the putback is up and in by Hauk. So 4 of the 5 Wilson starters have points, and the Bulldogs now lead by 3, 11-8. Lebo trapped in the near side corner, dribbles with her left hand, kicks it out to Sweet. Sweet pressured by Hardy. Sweet in the paint, has her shot blocked by Hardy, and the rebound corralled by Violet Hauk. Wilson looking to extend the lead to 5, maybe 6 this time down the floor. Cats led 8-7 at one point. Check that, 8-6. Lehman, jumper, and good. And a whistle, timeout called by the Wildcats. 1:12 remaining, quarter number 1. It's Wilson 13, Mechanicsburg 8. We're going to take a quick break. Back after this on GoMechanicsburg.com.
We are dedicated to serving our members, associates, and communities because they give us purpose. We know we are stronger when we come together as one. We believe financial literacy is a key tool for personal well-being, economic stability, and a more secure financial future for everyone. And we are committed to providing all with access to financial wellness resources. We strive to deliver unparalleled experiences for our members through every moment and milestone. We are built by will, forged by people, and powered by a proud member experience.
Getting you back to Mechanicsburg Wildcat Athletics. Presented by 11 Oaks Farms in Newville on GoMechanicsburg.com.
Back at the Mechanicsburg High School gym, the Wilson Bulldogs lead the Mechanicsburg Wildcats 13-8, and the Wildcat Foundation has begun accepting applications for scholarships to be awarded to senior students in the Mechanicsburg School District. The foundation administers 5 scholarships to be rewarded and awarded each spring, totaling more than $36,000. The deadline is early April. Learn more at wildcatfoundation.org. 1:07 remaining, quarter number 1. Macy Yanoski brings the ball across the timeline to Mia Masser. Asha Pratt down low, Lauren Lebo. She kicks it out to Macy Yanoski. Yanoski in trouble, pressured hard by Hardy. Now Pratt working off a screen. Bounce pass down low, Lebo from the free throw line. She kicks it back out to Mia Masser. Masser guarded by Jade Lee. Lee, a freshman. Pratt hands it off to Lebo. To her right, Mia Masser. Masser is going to be fouled before that shot was blocked by Violet Hauk. And the foul goes against Hauk. Her first, the team's 4th. So Wilson 1 foul away from reaching the bonus, but that shot was also called in the act of shooting. So Mia Masser will go to the free throw line, where she is a 78% shooter, 15 of 19 on the year coming in. The sophomore toes the line, shooting 2, and that first one is no good. Masser wipes her hands on her shorts, receives the ball back from the official, and readies for shot number 2. She can make it a 4-point game if she makes, but she doesn't, and that ball will go out of bounds. Last touched by the Wildcats, and it will be inbounded by Violet Hauk. 33.5 seconds remaining. Wilson looking to extend this lead. The Cats had jumped out early, but Wilson battled back. A couple of three-pointers, a couple of two-point shots as well. Lehman to her right, and Krikona. Krikona left to Lee. Lee in the paint. Nearly has it stolen away. Kicks it out to Hardy. Kehlani Hardy with the fall-away jumper. Side of the iron, no good. And Jade Lee had a touch, but it was last touched by a Wildcat before falling out of bounds into the laps of Leo Fauci and Max Rose. The inbounds goes to Jade Lee, the 5'10 freshman. 5 seconds. Wilson playing for the final shot of the quarter. Krikona, paint and points. Laura Krikona has 5, and Wilson leads 15-8. We're going to take a quick break. Come back after this. Today's game presented by 11 Oaks Farms in Newville on GoMechanicsburg.com.
Operation Wildcat is a nonprofit organization whose mission is to pool the resources in our community to help our school district students, families, and staff members in need. We'll take your new or gently used back-to-school items, bikes, books, clothing, dresses and suits, furniture, Halloween costumes, gifts for the holiday, Christmas tree decorations, pennies, socks, underwear, Thanksgiving food, toothbrushes and toothpaste, and yard sale items. Learn more at OperationWildcat.org and go Wildcats.
Getting you back to Mechanicsburg Wildcat Athletics. Presented by 11 Oaks Farms in Newville on GoMechanicsburg.com.
Welcome back to the Mechanicsburg High School Gym. The Wilson cheerleaders just got done with their routine, and before we start the second quarter, let's take a look at the leading scorers for each squad. Laura Krokona leading the way for the Bulldogs. She has 5 points, a three-pointer early, and then the 2 right there at the buzzer. Kelani Hardy and Janai Tisdale each with a 3. Violet Hauk has 2. Ryan Lehman has 2. For the Wildcats, Mia Masser and Macy Yanoski each with 3 points. Elena Sweet has 2. And those 3 young ladies account for the 8 Wildcat points. Mechanicsburg had jumped out early. Wilson battled back and now lead by 7. So Mechanicsburg needs to take advantage of possessions and opportunities here in the second quarter. They can't be content with simply being in the state game. They'd like to better their seeding and go into the tournament next week as a 5. And again, as a 5, they would play the 3 seed from District 1. If they lose and become a 6 seed, they'll play the 2 seed from District 1. Macy Yanoski in the paint. Shot up, shot in, and the foul. Macy Yanoski making something happen down low. The foul called against Emma Williams, her second, the team's first of the quarter. Violet Hauk will check in. Williams is out. And Macy Yanoski will go to the free throw line. She's a 67% shooter, 50 of 75 coming in. The Cats as a team 0 of 2 tonight from the free throw line, and Macy can't convert. But she does get the 2-point bucket, making it a 5-point game. Kelani Hardy, between the circles, goes left to Violet Hauk. Hauk to Krokona. Back to Lehman. Now it's Hardy. Hardy, foul line extended. Jade Lee. Lehman, pressured by Masser. Wilson working the ball around the perimeter. Nice defense by the Cats. And a turnover. Forcing that turnover, a staunch Wildcat defense. A reminder, boys basketball tomorrow, 4:30, an early tip against the Wilson Bulldogs. Again, that's a 5-6 seed game. The game's early because of the school play, which will require pretty much every parking space available here on campus. It's the Wizard of Oz. Get your tickets while you can. So 4:30 tomorrow, boys basketball against Wilson. Ben Shad will have the call on GoMechanicsburg.com. He'll be on the air at 3:50 with Coach's Corner in his sit-down with Mike Gaffey. Asha Pratt has her shot blocked underneath by Violet Hauk. Wilson running the floor the other way. Mia Masser reaches in, and I think Mia is going to be called for foul number 1. Head coach Clay McAllister not happy with that call at all as Mia picks up foul number 1. It's actually the Wildcats' first foul in this game, and beyond a questionable foul, they call it a shooting foul too. So that's going to send Kelani Hardy to the line where she bricks the first free throw. These are the first free throws of the night for the Wilson Bulldogs. Second free throw is short, and Lauren Lebo saves it from going out of bounds. Cats in transition. Elena Sweet's going to stop, take a 3, and back of the iron, no good. Jade Lee gets the rebound for the Bulldogs. So Sweet had the wide open look. She just couldn't convert. Lehman brings the ball across the timeline, puts it in the hands of Krokona. Now Jade Lee. Kelani Hardy to Hauk, who has at least 1 block tonight and a handful of rebounds to go along with her 2 points. Jade Lee, far side corner, pressured by Pratt. Krokona to her left, Lehman. Hardy back to Krokona. Lee, bounce pass in the paint to Hauk, who wasn't looking, so a fortunate bounce for Wilson. Wilson working the ball underneath, down low. Jade Lee, the freshman, with the bucket. Wilson up by 7, 17-10, 6 minutes remaining in the first half. Macy Yanoski, pressured by Hardy. Yanoski kicks it out to Sweet. It goes through her hands, but she picks it up. thought about a three. Lebo has her shot blocked by Jade Lee. Back in transition, and Lebo tips it away to to Mia Masser, who finds Macy Inoski. The Cats need to just slow down. You've got the possession. Slow down and set the offense. Sweet takes a three. Back of the iron, no good. Hauk skies and gets the rebound. Mia Masser reaches in and swats it away. But it's into the hands of Ryan Lehman on the bounce. So all of that, and the Cats come away with no points. Jade Lee to Lehman. Lehman gets it back, takes a three. It's online, but no good. Lee on the rebound underneath, kicks it out. Krokona takes a three. That one is good, and now it's a 10-point Wilson lead. Wilson's getting the rebounds. They're forcing Wildcat mistakes, and now they force yet another Wildcat timeout. Coach McAllister calls a 60. We'll take a break and be back in a moment on GoMechanicsburg.com.
Operation Wildcat is a nonprofit organization whose mission is to pool the resources in our community to help our school district students, families, and staff members in need. We'll take your new or gently used back-to-school items, bikes, books, clothing, dresses and suits, furniture, Halloween costumes, gifts for the holiday, Christmas tree decorations, pennies, socks, underwear, Thanksgiving food, toothbrushes and toothpaste, and yard sale items. Learn more at OperationWildcat.org and go Wildcats.
Craig was in the Rockies and had to cut his ski trip short because he was having severe knee pain.
Lauren came in. She was really discouraged. She had tried 3 months of therapy. Nothing was working. She really wanted to get back to volleyball.
We found that he had severe arthritis in both knees and his hip.
She needed shoulder arthroscopy with slap and posterior labral repair.
Simultaneous bilateral total knee replacements.
6 months of recovery, and Lauren's back, happy as ever.
3 months after his final surgery, Craig sent us pictures of him skiing the Rocky Mountains. And that's what makes our job here at OSS Health so fulfilling.
Getting you back to Mechanicsburg Wildcat Athletics. Presented by 11 Oaks Farms in Newville on GoMechanicsburg.com.
Back at the Mechanicsburg High School gym following the 60-second Wildcat timeout to reset. Mechanicsburg now down by 10 against the Wilson Bulldogs. And this is not something that Mechanicsburg wants to continue to have happen. Wilson averages 49 points per game, nearly 50. Meanwhile, the Cats are only averaging about 45 points per game. There's going to be a foul called against Wilson. We'll see if it's a foul on the floor or a shooting violation. It's called against Kehlani Hardy. That is a non-shooting foul, so the Cats will inbound from under the hoop. Janoski, pressured by Hardy. Lebo, top of the key. Lebo looks to drive, kicks it to Sweet. Sweet with Hauk in her face, goes left Mia Masser. Violet Hauk certainly keeping the Cats out of the paint. And she has pressured Lauren Lebo all night long. Macy Janoski with Kehlani Hardy in her face. Bounce pass down low, Lebo. Lebo looking to back in and get a shot off. She can't do it. The ball is tipped out of bounds by Wilson, so the Cats will have another opportunity here. But the more the Cats pass the ball around, the more time runs off the clock. And in high school basketball with no shot clock, you do that too long, and all of a sudden you're on the wrong side of the scoreboard as the clock runs out. Macy Janoski working around the perimeter. Asha Pratt thought about a three, now can't get past Krokona. Janoski to Lebo. Mia Masser one more time. Lehman on the pressure. Masser in the paint, has nowhere to go. Bounce pass, Asha Pratt. The Cats with just 10 points as Pratt has it stripped away. Time off the clock and no points again for the Maroon and Steel. In transition, Lehman, bounce pass to Hauk. That shot is up and no good. Jade Lee, putback attempt also no good. Asha Pratt saves, but into the hands of Hauk. Lebo gets the block, and Asha Pratt, check that, Elena Sweet comes away with the rebound. Sweet trailing in, and Janoski was looking for her, but she's tripped up. Another foul for Wilson. This time it's Jade Lee. So the Cats defense has been forcing turnovers for Wilson. They just can't convert on the other end. Now the basketball has rolled from one end of the floor to now bouncing out of the other end of the floor. We'll finally get things situated here with Macy Janoski inbounding to Asha Pratt. Lauren Lebo, top of the arc, to her right, Pratt, back to Lebo. Hauk in her face. Lebo takes a dribble, back to Pratt. Pratt pressured by Krikona. Now Lebo again in front of the Wilson bench. Lebo in trouble, looks left, dribbles left. Masser. The Cats just can't get a shot off. Janoski, foul line extended, down low Lebo as Reagan Condon comes to the scorer's table. Masser fires up a three, off the backboard and no good. Cats get the board. Second chance opportunities here as Asha Pratt can't hold on to it and the ball goes out of bounds. Reagan Condon is in, Asha Pratt is out, and Mechanicsburg certainly has their hands full on the offensive side and that tall defense. Coach McAllister and I talked about it. Wilson maybe not as tall as Central Dauphin, but this time around the height from Violet Hauk brings a little bit more experience than what the height from Central Dauphin did. Lehman, three, side of the iron, no good, and Janoski saves it into the hands of Lauren Lebo. Lebo, head on a swivel as she dribbles across the timeline, finds Asha Pratt. Asha for three, side of the iron, no good. Laura Krikona with the rebound. Reagan Condon pressuring Krikona, pokes it away and it goes out of bounds, but Condon was the last to touch it. Wilson has outscored Mechanicsburg just 5-2 in this quarter, but the Cats' inability to score points not helping their cause at all here in the second quarter as Danny Klinger comes to the scorer's table. 2 minutes and 8 seconds remaining, quarter number one. We'll see what Coach McAllister does at halftime with regards to adjustments. Lehman down low, Lee, her shot is partially blocked, and then she commits the foul. Jade Lee with foul number 2. It is team foul number 2 for the Wilson Bulldogs. Wilson last played on Monday, defeating Manheim Township on the home court of the Blue Streaks, 47-24. Asha Pratt is out. Danny Klinger is in. Prior to that, it was a 40-29 loss at Dallastown. They did open the district tournament with a 48-39 win over Cedar Crest. For the Cats, last time out Monday, again, a win to Central York, 39-31. Prior to that, it was a 47-40 loss to Central Dauphin. And the Cats qualified for states by topping Reading, a team that Wilson has played twice this season. Emma Williams to the scorer's table. She'll check in at the next stop. Reagan Condon, a bounce pass to Lauren Lebo. Nobody underneath for the Cats, so right now it's an outside game, and Wilson doing a good job shutting that off. Lauren Lebo with the putback attempt, so the 6-foot junior cleans up the glass and nets the points. Wildcat Athletics would like to recognize the Mechanicsburg Area Recreation Department for their continued support of our web streams. With the Recreation Department in Mechanicsburg, you can immerse yourself in a world of excitement and discovery as a charge is called against Jade Lee. That is her third foul, team foul number 3. There's creative crafts, dance, fitness opportunities, and family fun. A little bit of something for everybody with Parks and Rec. Don't miss out on fantastic experiences that inspire, enrich, and bring the community together. Visit mbgsd.org and click on the Recreation tab, or stop by their office at the Trails and Trees Environmental Center. Mechanicsburg Area Recreation, where every moment is a new adventure. My daughter Nora, currently at Shepherdstown Elementary, partaking in a field hockey program through the Recreation Department, having a good time doing it, learning something new. There's a daddy-daughter dance, I believe, next weekend. But again, mbgsd.org to learn more. Mia Masser, three-pointer, no good. Elena Sweet with the rebound. Sweet with the putback off the glass. It's no good. Lauren Lebo tried to corral it. And we have a foul against the Wildcats. They were trying to pressure Laura Krikona into stepping on the baseline, but instead she draws the foul. And Reagan Condon picks up foul number 1. It's Mechanicsburg's second foul of the quarter. Cats down by 8. Not an unbreakable deficit, but certainly Cats don't want to give up too many more points here without scoring some of their own. Lehman brings the ball across the timeline. Wilson looking to play for the final shot of the quarter based on what I'm seeing. She's looking over at the official as Condon starts to pressure, and he starts his count. Williams. Three-point shot taken by Hardy. Back of the iron, no good. Lauren Lebo on the board, so the Cats can pick up some points here in transition. Danny Klinger nearly stumbles, regains her composure. Macy Janoski out to Reagan Condon. Condon in the paint. She falls down. It's tipped out of bounds, and it will be Mechanicsburg basketball with 5.9 seconds remaining. Elena Sweet looking to check into the game. And the Wildcats get that substitution, so Sweet comes in. Klinger heads to the bench. And they're looking for an inbound and a shot with 5.9 seconds remaining. Mia Masser made a shot at the end of the third quarter just a couple of days ago. Can the Cats do it here at the end of the first? Lebo underneath, shot blocked, and no good. So the quarter comes to an end. Mechanicsburg had its look. It is halftime here at the gym. We're going to take a break and check in with Ben Shad and our Foundation Facts segment presented by the Wildcat Foundation. 20-12. Wilson leads at the half in this 5th/6th place seed game for the state tournament. Back after this on GoMechanicsburg.com.
Company in Mechanicsburg, established in 2021 as a family and pet-friendly social experience, offers food and drink options for the community from the community. Family owned by Wildcat graduates, Wolf Brewing Company is just off South Market Street in the all-new Legacy Park. Stop in before, during, or after the game for food crafted from the freshest local ingredients, plus many award-winning drinks made on site. Wolf Brewing Company, 100 Legacy Park Drive, Suite 400, online at wolfbrewingco.com or call 717-590-7917.
A deck where memories are made, barbecues are grilled, and sunsets are savored. But let's face it, not all decks are created equal. Enter Westshire Decks. We're not your average deck builders. Precision is our mantra. We don't just build decks, we craft outdoor living spaces tailored to your dreams. With Westshire Decks, you get seasoned experts who know decks inside and out. So why settle for a deck that's just okay when you can have one that's extraordinary? Westshire Decks, where craftsmanship meets creativity. Give us a call today and come see how we are different.
The Wildcat Foundation is Mechanicsburg Area School District's education foundation. Established in 1998, the foundation raises and distributes funds that support students in education, wellness, cultural awareness, and athletics. The Wildcat Foundation has also awarded hundreds of thousands of dollars in scholarships to support students' higher education. Learn more and donate today at wildcatfoundation.org.
Getting you back to Mechanicsburg Wildcat Athletics. Presented by 11 Oaks Farms in Newville on GoMechanicsburg.com.
Hello, Wildcat fans, and thanks for tuning in for this varsity contest on GoMechanicsburg.com and now on YouTube at Go Mechanicsburg, as always, presented by 11 Oaks Farm in Newville. We'll get you back out to the Members First Federal Credit Union broadcast booth in just a bit, but right now it's time for our halftime segment, Halftime, as always, presented by the Wildcat Foundation. And this is Foundation Vex, and we're joined once again by Rebecca Kuhn. Rebecca, welcome back.
Thank you so much for having me.
So, Rebecca, for a reminder for the folks who may not have tuned in the first time, give us a little bit of a background on the grant program that you have funded through the Wildcat Foundation.
So I teach at the middle school, and I teach in special education in our life skills program, which is 6th through 8th grade. And those are students that work on a lot of functional skills. And one of our classes is a daily living skills class where we teach a lot about cooking and being out in the community and grocery shopping and things like that. And our big program in my classroom is our Wildcat Cafe, where we serve our staff breakfast and lunch once a month. So for the last 2 years, I've been got grants from the Wildcat Foundation to help fund that program with new kitchen equipment. This year we got new carts for our breakfast when we go out to serve our breakfast. And for the last 2 years, we've gotten to be at Foundation Nights, which we're going to talk about here.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, this is a fantastic program. I know a lot of schools do this. My wife included, she teaches in a different district, but the day gets so much brighter when that cart makes its way through the hallways and you hear it coming. I have, my mother-in-law was also a former teacher at Mechanicsburg, recently retired. And again, that was one of her highlights, was that cart coming down. It's an absolute blast. So now it's going on the road and it's kind of getting a little big time with Wildcat Foundation Night.
Yeah, it is. So we were really excited last year. The foundation asked us to be part of Foundation Night, and they started something new last year called a Taste of Mechanicsburg. And so we were one of the first invited to come and show off our skills. And then we were very excited because we were invited back again this year. They're doing a Taste of Mechanicsburg as well to be part of that.
And I think it's just an amazing opportunity for especially the students too to be involved. You look around and you see the restaurants that they go to night in and night out. all around Mechanicsburg, and then to be included in that group and maybe even possibly network or talk with them or exchange recipes or what have you, like that's got to be an amazing experience for those students to get kind of like a little preview into like the professional world of cooking if they choose to take this as a career, to know what an event looks like and how to cater to a mass event.
Yeah, they're super excited. We just announced to them 2 weeks ago that we were going to be doing this again. And it's more than just, hey, we're going to show up and serve. Like we put a lot of skills into it. They apply to come, because unfortunately, while I have a wonderful class, I can't bring them all with me to foundation night. So they apply to come and talk about why they want to do this. We tie this into careers because we talk a lot in our transition about, especially as they're getting ready to go to high school and things like that, about what they want to do. And I have quite a few kids who, with doing all of the cooking and the grocery shopping and learning about recipes and all of that stuff within the classroom, have really taken to that and can see themselves being able to work somewhere in the culinary field, possibly when they graduate from high school.
That's just absolutely amazing that it builds that foundation, it plants that seed and gets them interested in something so young. And then I think one final question before we go here. Any idea on what the menu is going to look like? Any previews as to what the Taste of Mechanicsburg is going to be from your end?
Yep. So we actually just decided with the kids this past week and just ran it by the foundation. So this year we are going to have a soup bar. So there's going to be a variety of soups where you can come and grab a bowl, or if you'd like, you can get a small flight of soups with some bread and crackers as well. So the kids are really excited. We are actually having that for our Wildcat Cafe lunch here in January to test everything out, make sure it's good to go. And then we'll be bringing it to foundation night in February.
That's fantastic. Every corner, get a little test beforehand to know what works, maybe, what recipes need to be tweaked. And at the time of this recording, a nice snowy day here in Mechanicsburg, a soup flight? I mean, I've never even thought of that. It seems so simple, but man, you guys got everything covered. And folks, I can't think of a better advertisement to go to Wildcat Foundation Night than that right there. But Rebecca, thank you so much. And folks, this has been Foundation Facts presented by the Wildcat Foundation. Learn more about them online at wildcatfoundation.org. We're going to take another quick break. And when we come back, we will have second half action for you here, right here on Go Mechanicsburg. Now on YouTube at Go Mechanicsburg. And as always, our streams presented by 11 Oaks Farm in Newville.
Snappers Bar and Grill at 120 East Allen Street in Mechanicsburg is proud to support Wildcat Athletics. Snappers is open Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. until 9 p.m. and offers outstanding service and exceptional food and drink options, all at a fair price. Stop in for fresh seafood, delicious hand-cut steaks, and homemade pasta dishes. Snappers also offers a variety of sandwiches, fresh, crisp salads, and awesome appetizers. Dine in, carry out, or have your next big gathering catered. Snappers Bar and Grill. Call 717-697-9475 to learn more.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact local agent Seth Gardner for your personal price plan today.
This is you. And this is us. Hi, we're True Green. We're the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. That means we'll give you a pro-level lawn guaranteed. That's a satisfaction guarantee. That's a price match guarantee. That's a guarantee on top of your guarantee. So you can do less of this and more of this.
Getting you back to Mechanicsburg Wildcat Athletics. Presented by 11 Oaks Farms in Newville on GoMechanicsburg.com.
Back at the Mechanicsburg High School gym, the Wilson Bulldogs warming up. Coming out of the halftime locker room, leading the Mechanicsburg Wildcats by 8, 20-12. Taking a look at the unofficial first half statistics for both squads. Laura Krikona leads all scorers tonight. She has 7 points, a 3-pointer, and 2 field goals. Otherwise, for the Wilson Bulldogs, Kehlani Hardy has 3. Janai Tisdale has 3. Violet Hauk has 2, and Jade Lee has 2. Jade Lee has 3 fouls. And Emma Williams and Janai Tisdale with 2 each. We didn't see much from Tisdale throughout that first half when she picked up foul number 2. Wilson only shot 1 round of free throws. Kehlani Hardy missed both of them for the Wildcats. 12 points on the night. The leading scorer is Macy Yanoski with 5. Mia Masser has 3. Elena Sweet with 2. Lauren Lebo with 2. The Cats went to the free throw line on 2 separate occasions, missing every single free throw. Mia Masser missed both during her trip to the line, and Macy Yanoski wasn't able to convert on what could have been a 3-point play for the junior. So the Cats had their opportunities. No shortage of chances for points during that first 16 minutes of play. They were just held out of the paint and couldn't make the long-range shots. This is a 5-6 seed game for the state tournament, and the winners will face a team from District 1. And I mentioned during the first half, that bracket is playing its semifinals tonight. So winners and losers tonight will not know who they are playing either way until Friday. What we do know is a win tonight makes you the 5 seed and you play the 3 seed from District 1. A loss tonight makes you the 6 seed and you play the 2 seed from District 1. We are getting ready to start the second half. Mechanicsburg and Wilson, 16 minutes of basketball for these ladies. For the Wildcats, it will be their final 16 minutes at home. They opened on December 4th with a win against Ephrata. Ran the schedule, undefeated at home, undefeated on the road. Suffered their first setback in the Mid-Penn Conference tournament, losing 58-30 to Altoona. Then lost in the district tournament 47-40. So while District 3 recognizes the Wildcats as 24-1, they are 24-2 overall. And a turnover by Wilson right out of the gate as Violet Hauk steps on the baseline. Conversely, Wilson 17-8 according to the district, but 18-9 overall, having split in the Berks tournament, winning a game against Schuylkill Valley and losing at Governor Mifflin. A win tonight would be a big deal for either one of these squads and their respective coaches, as Reagan Condon will start the second half on the floor, and the Cats turn it over on their first possession. Back the other way, and Hardy will convert. So Kehlani Hardy with 5, and it's now a 10-point Wilson lead. Mechanicsburg looking to make something happen here early in quarter number 3. Condon takes a 3, rims out, no good. Battle for the rebound, and it's going to be Wilson basketball, even though it looked like 2 of the Wilson defenders had a touch on it before it went out of bounds. But the officials see things differently. That's why they get paid the big bucks, and they get the special striped shirts. 22-12. Tisdale with 2 fouls, has a touch. Reagan Condon in her face to the extent that a 5'3 freshman can be. That shot was no good. Rebound underneath, corralled by the Cats. Macy Yanoski got her right knee wrapped, which is why she was not starting in the second half. So we'll have to keep an eye on that and see how it may impact Yanoski. I can't pinpoint the moment where that knee may have been injured, but it's been a long grind for Yanoski, going from the summer and soccer season basically right into basketball season. Elena Sweet to Reagan Condon. Cats down by 10. Tisdale with the pressure. Condon right to Masser. Now Lebo. Emma Williams in the face of Lauren Lebo. Elena Sweet marked by Violet Hauk. Sweet behind the back, backing in on Hauk. Kicks it out to Pratt. Wilson's just not letting Mechanicsburg get shots off. Pratt has her shot blocked underneath, gets the rebound, misses the putback attempt, gets the rebound again. And this time it will go out of bounds off a Wilson defender. So Yanoski is in, Reagan Condon is out. And you can see that tape around Macy Yanoski's right knee, the white athletic tape and the gray pre-wrap underneath. Yanoski takes the inbounds, bounce pass to Lebo. She backs in, passes back out to Elena Sweet. Sweet pressured by Emma Williams. Tisdale pokes it away, but it's picked back up by Sweet. Now Mia Masser. Yanoski in the face of Tisdale. To her right, Sweet, three-pointer from the corner, and it's in. That's a big bucket for the Cats. If they can play some defense this time down, maybe they can make something happen in transition. Cracona to Hauk. Now Tisdale down low. Williams, bounce pass out to Cracona, and she makes the bucket. So the Cats get 3. Wilson gets 2 of them back. A 9-point Bulldog lead. And a reminder, Wilson fans, your boys basketball team here in Mechanicsburg tomorrow. A 4:30 tip. Ben Shad will be on the air for pregame as Elena Sweet watches that one go through her hands and stolen away by Kelani Hardy. Hardy can't convert on the other end, and a battle for the rebound into the hands of Violet Hauk. She does convert. So a turnover by the Cats and points for Wilson. Now a timeout taken by the Bulldogs as well. So boys basketball in the air tomorrow at 3:50. Tip-off at 4:30. We're going to take a break. Back after this on GoMechanicsburg.com.
At Bobby Ray Hall, it's about doing the right thing, starting with our vision, that clients deserve great service at a fair price. We understand this can only happen with great team members. Doing what's right includes supporting local charities, youth sports, and first responders. It extends to the environment and why we reclaim rainwater for car washes and recycle used oil. We want to thank our loyal clients for recognizing us by voting Bobby Ray Hall simply the best of Harrisburg for 21 years in a row. Experience the Bobby Ray Hall difference and find out more at BobbyRayHall.com.
The Turnbridge Group at RBC Wealth Management are proud supporters of Mechanicsburg Wildcat Athletics. When you're faced with tough business, personal, and financial decisions, turn to the Turnbridge Group. They specialize in retirement planning and complex financial situations as their team helps you define and attain your goals, all while building a strong and caring relationship with you. Advisors Tim Engel, Jonathan Stow, and Nick Hansen are available for your call today. The Turnbridge Group, part of the community and for the community. Visit them online at turnbridgegroup.com or call 717-724-4225.
Getting you back to Mechanicsburg Wildcat Athletics. Presented by 11 Oaks Farms in Newville on GoMechanicsburg.com.
Welcome back to the Mechanicsburg High School Gym. Mike Garland and you on GoMechanicsburg.com. Tonight's game presented by 11 Oaks Farms in Newville. I'm hanging out in the Members First Federal Credit Union broadcast booth. Up by 11, a bit of a press from Wilson and Violet Hauk, but Lauren Lebo does get the ball out of the backcourt. Macy Yanoski goes left on Tisdale. Yanoski in the paint, off the glass, no good. Hauk with the rebound. Wilson with an opportunity to grow the lead on the maroon and steel this time down the floor. Hauk bounces it off the leg of Mia Masser, and the Cats gain the possession. A substitution, Ryan Lehman. But because it was a kickball, Wilson will have another opportunity. Tisdale inbounds to Lehman. Tisdale adjusts her face protection and readies for the pass back from Hauk. Tisdale looking to drive over to Lehman. Lehman to Jade Lee. Now a head fake from Cracona. Her shot is no good. Battle for the rebound. Lee gets a hand on it, puts it up, and it falls in. The freshman Jade Lee has 4 points. And Wilson now leads 28-15. Make it 28-17 as Macy Yanoski now has 7. Lauren Lebo swats the ball, and maybe Janai Tisdale a little bit as well, but no whistle on the contact, just the block that went out of bounds. So Tisdale will inbound. And she gets the ball back now in front of her own bench. Lee, down low, Hauk, shot up, shot no good. Mia Masser on the rebound. The Cats in transition. Yanoski with a bounce pass. Lauren Lebo converts. That was a beautiful basketball play from Macy Yanoski to Lauren Lebo. 28-19, and Mia Masser steals it away. Hauk coming in hot behind her and draws the foul. So Violet Hauk with foul number 2. And that is team foul number 1 of the quarter. A pair of substitutions for Wilson. Checking in Kelani Hardy. Also checking in Emma Williams. Headed to the bench is Violet Hauk and Janai Tisdale. Almost didn't recognize Tisdale without the face gear on. Janoski, pressured by Lee. Lebo out to Sweet. Sweet, long jumper, it's in. Cats getting a little hot here. 28-21, down by 7. And a timeout called by Wilson. They'll have possession when we come back. 28-21, Wilson leads. Back after this on GoMechanicsburg.com.
I needed a change in my life. I wanted to be closer to my grandchildren. I was not hearing what the kids were saying. I fly hot air balloons and I couldn't hear leaks. It was time to take care of my hearing. As soon as I met Mary Ann at Renewed Hearing Solutions, she made me feel so comfortable. My life has improved so much since I got hearing aids. It was the best thing I've ever done. I would highly recommend Renewed Hearing Solutions.
Get back in the conversation. Call Renewed Hearing Solutions today.
Getting you back to Mechanicsburg Wildcat Athletics. Presented by 11 Oaks Farms in Newville on GoMechanicsburg.com.
The Wildcat Foundation would like to thank its sponsors, Taste of Mechanicsburg vendors, auction item donors, and all those who attended the 2025 Wildcat Foundation Night during the weekend of February 21st. Thanks to the outstanding support of the community and the leadership of event coordinator Courtney Fernelli, the event raised close to $50,000 in support of the Wildcat Foundation's work. Welcome back to the Members First Federal Credit Union broadcast booth and the Mechanicsburg High School gym. Mike Garland and you on GoMechanicsburg.com. Tonight's stream presented by 11 Oaks Farms in Newville. Shot up and no good from Hardy. Lee with the putback and the points. Jade Lee has 6 off the bench. And it's back to a 9-point Wilson lead. The Cats still showing signs of life. They needed a couple of big shots and some big stops the other way. Macy Janoski, high arcing 3, side of the iron. No one was there. Lauren Lebo set the screen, but wasn't in a position for a rebound, and the ball took a bounce right to a waiting Bulldog player. Lee, underneath, has it swatted away, and it's going to remain Wilson basketball. So these Cats are pesky on the defensive side. They've just been hamstrung offensively tonight, showing signs of life here in the third quarter. Lee, shot. I thought it was partially blocked, but they're going to say it was a jump ball, and the alternating possession arrow will give Mechanicsburg the basketball. So great the Cats get possession, but bad that they lose a possession on the next jump. It was 20-12 at halftime, so the Cats have scored 9 points coming out here, but Wilson still outscoring them in the quarter. Lebo to Masser. Cats don't have a lot of time to be working the ball around the perimeter. Reagan Condon going left. Condon has nowhere to go with it. Spins on a pivot. Janoski looks to drive baseline. Kicks it out to Lebo. Down low, Mia Masser. Shot up, shot no good. Masser battling for the rebound. Can't get it as Ryan Lehman comes away with it. In transition, Krakona. She resets and kicks it out to Lehman. Reagan Condon chasing Lehman around the perimeter. Now matches up with Hardy. Jade Lee outside the three-point arc goes left to Krakona. Krakona drives baseline on Mia Masser and steps out of bounds. She ran out of real estate. And so the Cats have another opportunity. 60 seconds remaining in quarter number 3, down 9. A three-point shot this time down the floor would be huge for the Cats. They've taken more than a few. Unfortunately, they've only made 2. Mia Masser and Macy Janoski have made those 2. 45 seconds. Cats may want to play for the final shot of the quarter, though they need all the time that they can muster if they want to battle back here against Wilson. Reagan Condon, pressured by Lehman. Now Mia Masser. Masser working off a screen from Reagan Condon. Passes left to the freshman. Reagan between the circles. Lehman with eyes on her. Condon spinning in the paint. And that ball was tipped out of bounds by Kalani Hardy. And they're going to say Wilson basketball. We're going to look at it right now. Well, I hit the replay button a little bit too late. But that was a missed call by the officials there as it was tipped out of bounds. I mean, me pressing the replay button doesn't change what happened on the floor. Lee with 3 seconds, kicks it out. Hardy for 3, it's no good. And the teams will go to their respective benches with Wilson 8 minutes away from earning the 5 seed in the state tournament, leading by 9. We're going to take a break, come back after this on GoMechanicsburg.com. Snappers Bar and Grill at 120 East Allen Street in Mechanicsburg is proud to support Wildcat Athletics. Snappers is open Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. until 9 p.m. and offers outstanding service and exceptional food and drink options, all at a fair price. Stop in for fresh seafood, delicious hand-cut steaks, and homemade pasta dishes. Snappers also offers a variety of sandwiches, fresh, crisp salads, and awesome appetizers. Dine in, carry out, or have your next big gathering catered. Snappers Bar and Grill, call 717-697-9475 to learn more.
Getting you back to Mechanicsburg Wildcat Athletics. Presented by 11 Oaks Farms in Newville on GoMechanicsburg.com.
Back at the Mechanicsburg High School gym, 8 minutes remaining in regulation. Mechanicsburg trailing by 9. It's 30-21. And while I wasn't able to hit that replay button fast enough, I'm going back to the YouTube stream via my phone, and I'm going to try to see if I can catch what happened there on that out of bounds. But from just about everybody's vantage point here in the gym, it was tipped by Wilson. And I'm looking at it one more time, and that's exactly what happened. That was a blown call by the officials here tonight in the gym. Janai Tisdale puts it in the hands of Laura Cracona. Now Emma Williams goes left, and Hardy has 5 points, including a three-pointer early. Janai Tisdale back in. Cracona, pressured by Masser. Up top, Hauk. And you can bet that Wilson's going to do everything possible to keep the ball out of the hands of the Mechanicsburg Wildcats. Violet Hauk with the bucket. Now an 11-point Wilson lead. Wildcat Athletics want to thank the Mechanicsburg Area Recreation Department for their continued support of our web streams. With the Recreation Department in Mechanicsburg, you can immerse yourself in a world of excitement and discovery. From creative crafts, dance, to fitness opportunities, family fun, and more, they offer a little bit of something for everybody as Macy Yanoski hits the rim on that three-point attempt. Visit them at the Trails and Trees Environmental Center. Visit mbgsd.org to learn more and find yourself an activity that will just make your life better. Alternating possession arrow will give Mechanicsburg the basketball. Thank our great portfolio of partners all season long. And Wildcat fans, I've said it to you all year. If you get an opportunity to visit one of these local businesses, tell them you heard about it on GoMechanicsburg.com. Support these local businesses. And the same for you, Wilson fans. There's probably a couple of businesses here that work where you are. True Green Lawn Care and Sheets, and our friends at 11 Oaks Farms in Newville, they'll ship to wherever you need. Or if you're coming in tomorrow night for boys basketball, consider stopping at Wolf Brewing Company or Snappers Bar and Grill after the game. Mia Masser for 3. It's in. Masser with the big 3, her second of the night. And a turnover. Cats get the ball back. Janai Tisdale slips that mask up just to catch a breather, as the Cats will inbound near midcourt or on the plus side of midcourt. And Wilson calls a timeout. With that timeout, we'll step out. Check in with our friends at Seth Gardner State Farm on GoMechanicsburg.com.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact local agent Seth Gardner for your personal price plan today.
Getting you back to Mechanicsburg Wildcat Athletics. Presented by 11 Oaks Farms in Newville on GoMechanicsburg.com.
Back at the Mechanicsburg High School gym following the Wilson timeout. Mechanicsburg will inbound from the far side of the gym. Reagan Condon tried to check in, but she was unable to do so she'll go back to the bench. And Masser will inbound. Pushes it towards the backcourt, and Macy Yanoski. Yanoski, pressured by Kalani Hardy. Masser takes another three. That one's going to go long, and Asha Pratt jumped a little bit too soon. Violet Hauk with the rebound. Hardy to Hauk. Now right into the hands of Krokona. Tisdale between the circles. Dumps to Williams. Back to Tisdale. Baseball pass underneath Krokona. She turns around in the face of Mia Masser. The shot is no good, but Mia draws the foul. It's her second of the night. Mechanicsburg's first of the quarter. And head coach Clay McAllister bringing Mia over to talk with her. Mia's a firecracker. She plays with a lot of emotion and a lot of energy, and sometimes you just got to slow down. Krokona at the line for the first time tonight, makes that first free throw. She now has 10. She leads all scorers. Reagan Condon in. Asha Pratt takes a seat. Jade Lee came into the ball game. Second free throw in as well for Krokona. Now 11 points on the night for the junior. And it's back to a 10-point Wilson lead. Elena Sweet. Dribbling left, Mia Masser. Jade Lee in her face, freshman versus sophomore. Macy Yanoski draws Hardy, a sophomore. Bounce pass right, Lebo. Reagan Condon around the perimeter. Yanoski outside the three-point arc, takes the shot, makes the shot. Macy Yanoski brings the Wildcat bench to life with her second made three of the night, and it went from 10 to 7. But again, Wilson doing everything they can just to gobble up time. That's just the unfortunate part about high school basketball with no shot clock when you're on the losing end. And frankly, having watched the Wildcats go 22-0 this year, it sometimes isn't all that exciting when you're on the winning end. Lauren Lebo with the steal. Lebo in trouble. Sweet underneath and the points. Elena Sweet has 8. And the Cats nearly turn it over. Wilson nearly turns it over, and they do! They do! And draw a foul along the way. Violet Hauk picks up foul number 3. Team foul number 1. Cats trailing by 5. 4:37 remaining. And again, Wilson doing everything they can not to give Mechanicsburg the basketball, but the Cats showing their experience and poise, just trying to take it away. A three-pointer this time down could make it a 2-point ball game. Sweet instead takes the long two, and her shot partially blocked by Hauk. Wilson gets the rebound, and Jade Lee. Now it's into the hands of Ryan Lehman. Back to Hardy. It was a great opportunity for the Wildcats to make it a one-possession game. Hauk just a little bit taller than Elena Sweet, and she couldn't get that arcing shot up and over the outstretched hands of the 5'11 junior. Krokona around the perimeter. Again, it's just a game of keep away right now. Hardy, long jumper, no good. Lebo on the board. Plenty of time for the Cats. They can just slow down, find their shot. Masser, down low, Lebo. Lebo, bounce pass Sweet, and she draws the foul. Elena Sweet will go to the free throw line. Elena Sweet, a 53% free throw shooter, as Jade Lee picks up foul number 4. Elena Sweet can make this a 3-point ball game if she can convert both. Cats have trailed by as many as 11, I do believe, and she makes that first one. They've trailed by 10 in the fourth quarter. A 4-point Wilson lead. Sweet. Shot 2 is in. 2 big made free throws. 10 points for Elena Sweet. We're going to step out. All of a sudden, it's a ball game. Wilson 34, Mechanicsburg 31. Back after this on GoMechanicsburg.com.
This is you. And this is us. Hi, we're True Green. We're the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. That means we'll give you a pro-level lawn guaranteed. That's a satisfaction guarantee. That's a price match guarantee. That's a guarantee on top of your guarantee. So you can do less of this and more of this.
A deck where memories are made, barbecues are grilled, and sunsets are savored. But let's face it, not all decks are created equal. Enter Westshire Decks. We're not your average deck builders. Precision is our mantra. We don't just build decks, we craft outdoor living spaces tailored to your dreams. With Westshire Decks, you get seasoned experts who know decks inside and out. So why settle for a deck that's just okay when you can have one that's extraordinary? Westshire Decks, where craftsmanship meets creativity. Give us a call today and come see how we are different.
Getting you back to Mechanicsburg Wildcat Athletics. Presented by 11 Oaks Farms in Newville on GoMechanicsburg.com.
Back at the Mechanicsburg High School gym, Mike Garland and you on GoMechanicsburg.com. Tonight's game presented by 11 Oaks Farms in Newville. The Cats have battled back, trailing by 3 with 3:36 remaining. There is a ton of basketball left. Wilson still working hard to really keep the ball away from the Wildcats, but Mechanicsburg forced 3 straight turnovers. A substitution for Wilson on the back end of that timeout as well. So inbounding will be Laura Cracona. Masser has the hops there in Cracona's face, and she gets it into Hardy. Cats looking for a little backcourt pressure. Reagan Condon draws the foul. It was the right play, just couldn't execute it. So Condon draws the foul. That's foul number 2. And ultimately, I think it helps get to where the Cats may need to be anyway, and that's putting Wilson at the free throw line. 2 more fouls to give before the Bulldogs head to that free throw line. Lehman. Macy Inoski reaches in, trying to poke it away, and it's foul number 1 against Macy. Team foul number 3. So the Cats very close to forcing a turnover. Macy Inoski was in foul trouble just 2 nights ago against Central York and was on the bench for most of the first half, but she's definitely been a big part of the second half for the Wildcats. 3:17 remaining. And again, a reminder, boys basketball fans, tomorrow the Cats are home against the Wilson Bulldogs. Pregame starts at 3:50 p.m. and will tip off at 4:30. Again, that's a 5-6 game for the state tournament. Lauren Lebo nearly comes away with the steal. Shot up, shot no good. Hauk on the rebound. She draws the foul, but fortunate for the Cats that bucket didn't fall. Maybe there could have been a travel, but it wasn't called. So Violet Hauk will go to the line. We'll see what kind of free throw shooter she is as Mia Masser picks up foul number 3. Team foul number 4. So Violet Hauk at the line. She has 6 points on the night, and the first free throw is in. So now a 4-point Wilson lead. Asha Pratt is in. Reagan Condon is out. Jade Lee comes to the scorer's table. She's playing with 4 fouls. So Lee is in. Emma Williams goes out. Williams heads to the bench with 2 fouls. Second shot forthcoming from Hauk, and it is in. And a substitution is Janai Tisdale. Tisdale in, and Ryan Lehman out. A 5-point Wilson lead. 3 minutes remaining. The next foul from the Cats will send Wilson to the free throw line. Next defensive foul will send Wilson to the line. Macy Inoski with a nice cut, but the Cats couldn't get the shot off, so back out to Mia Masser. Now Asha Pratt. Lebo, foul line extended to Inoski. Inoski looking to drive, turns it over. Tisdale reaches in and steals it away. And Cracona back to Tisdale as Wilson looks to run some more time off the clock as Macy Inoski is called for the foul. She doesn't like it, but there was contact. That's foul number 2 on Macy. Team foul number 5, and Tisdale will go to the line to shoot 2. She pops that face guard up. Janai Tisdale bending at the knees, couple of aggressive dribbles, and the first free throw is in. So down the stretch, free throws may be the difference on this one, as it's now a 6-point Wilson lead. Cats made it a close one there for a minute or two. Second shot, also in. 6 points become 7, but just a minute ago it was a 3-point Wilson lead. Now the Cats do need a big shot, this time down on a defensive stop. Elena Sweet takes a 3, makes it! There's the big shot! Elena Sweet with 13, and it's a 4-point ball game. Timeout Mechanicsburg. And the Wilson cheerleaders, not out on the floor this time, but you can see them down there on the far end of the gym. We'll give them some respect and showcase them tonight. They've made the trip supporting their Bulldogs, and I bet many of these young ladies are going to come back tomorrow to support the boys. A 30-second timeout called by the Wildcats, so unofficially, one timeout remaining for Mechanicsburg. Meanwhile, Wilson with 2. Now, our score interface says 2 timeouts. The scoreboard says 1. So at some point, somebody from the bench on the Mechanicsburg side will need to check in with the scorebook, which is the most official determiner of timeouts. So Elena Sweet hits that 3. It's a 4-point game. Would have been nice to get that about a minute and a half ago. As Wilson inbounds, and it's into the hands of Lehman. Now Krikona. Krikona, 2 minutes remaining. Reagan Condon on her like a glove. Krikona not looking to shoot, rather looking to waste some time. Jade Lee out to Lehman. At some point, the Cats are going to have to foul. Lehman. Running around, now Hauk. Hardy in the paint. Shot, no good. And the rebound is going to go out of bounds off of Violet Hauk. Wildcat basketball. There's still a chance. Janai Tisdale is in. Ryan Lehman is out. Asha Pratt came back in as well, as Reagan Condon hit the bench. This is the final home game for the seniors. Veronica Vaught and Danny Klinger looking across the gym, and Tina Rensel holding both of their senior banners. Asha Pratt, head fake in the paint, and the ball just goes out of bounds. No call either way. Head coach Matt Rackett for Wilson wanted a charge, but the only whistle is to signify that the ball goes out of bounds. Mia Masser takes the inbounds. Macy Inoski, 1:15 remaining. Lebo, Masser. Cats down by 4. Masser around the horn. Sweet, pressured by Tisdale. Lebo, Sweet, 4-3. Front of the iron, no good. And the rebound, Jade Lee. Tisdale fumbles it in the backcourt. The ball's loose, and they're going to call a push. They're going to call a push. And head coach Clay McAllister none too pleased about that call. Macy Inoski called for foul number 3. And I don't know where you find a push when both girls are battling on the floor. It's going to be a a free throw shot. Easy for me to say. My tongue is all kinds of tied. Clay McAllister fired up over here, but the official letting him have his conversation. Tisdale shooting 2. She's perfect on the night. Misses the first. 53.9 seconds left. Crazier things have happened. Let's talk about these young ladies slowing down. I need to slow down. Take a breath. Get your words out. Second shot, also no good. Cats on the rebound. Mia Masser goes down, saves it. Asha Pratt to Lauren Lebo. Elena Sweet. Back to Pratt. Pratt to Janoski. Janoski fouled, shooting a 3. Macy Janoski's going to go to the line to shoot 3. Macy Janoski can make this one a 1-point ball game if she nets all 3. That was Kalani Hardy with the foul. Her second, the team's third of the quarter. So Janoski at the line. She's missed 1 tonight. First free throw, back of the iron, no good. That's all right. But she's got to make these next two. This one's coming down to the wire. Ryan Lehman at the scorer's table. Janoski banks the second one. So it shall be written, free throws may be the demise of the Wildcats tonight. They've only made 2 in 7 attempts so far. Janoski makes 1 of 3. So the Cats 3 of 8. That's the final timeout of the night for the Wildcats. And it's a 3-point ball game. So we're going to take a break, come back to take it down to the wire on GoMechanicsburg.com.
Wolf Brewing Company in Mechanicsburg, established in 2021 as a family and pet-friendly social experience, offers food and drink options for the community from the community. Family owned by Wildcat graduates, Wolf Brewing Company is just off South Market Street in the all-new Legacy Park. Stop in before, during, or after the game for food crafted from the freshest local ingredients, plus many award-winning drinks made on site. Wolf Brewing Company, 100 Legacy Park Drive, Suite 400, online at wolfbrewingco.com or call 717-590-7917. Are you on the hunt for a new home? Maybe you're a growing family looking to expand your living situation, or you find your current space too large and you're simply looking to downsize. Whatever your needs, contact Charity Kastner, Realtor with RSR Realtors today. Charity knows the local real estate market and she will find the right home for you. Charity Kastner isn't just a Mechanicsburg-based realtor, she's a Mechanicsburg mom. And after all, mother knows best. Just ask her kids. Make the move today by calling Charity Kastner at 717-557-9312 or rsrrealtors.com to find your first or next home sweet home.
Back in the Mechanicsburg High School gym, the Wildcats have called their final timeout of regulation, looking to maybe steal the inbounds away. They can't do it. Now they're going to pressure Wilson in the backcourt. Krikona bringing the ball across the timeline, and they're going to call a double dribble. It's a turnover for the Wilson Bulldogs. This is a huge possession for the Wildcats. 4 of the 5 young ladies on this floor can hit a three-pointer from pretty much anywhere in the gym, and Lauren Lebo's made one this year too. Cats want to leave some time left. Lebo, Macy Janoski lays it in. 1-point ball game. Now, they're going to call a timeout for Wilson before that ball goes out of bounds. So Wilson gets their timeout. It's got to be a full timeout. 19.5 seconds remaining. I believe it's got to be a full. We'll see. They're talking about it. And they finally make the call. A full timeout. We're going to take a quick break. Come back in 30 seconds on GoMechanicsburg.com.
Locally owned and operated, 11 Oaks Farms raises Wagyu beef and heritage breed pork right here in Newville, Pennsylvania. Our low-stress practices and carefully designed diets produce some of the finest meats you will ever experience. We also offer a selection of quality Angus beef, pork, chicken, seasonings, sauces, pantry items, and much more. Shop online at 11oaksfarms.com. Visit us in-store at 34 North Corporation Street in Newville or call 717-360-8249.
Getting you back to Mechanicsburg Wildcat Athletics. Presented by 11 Oaks Farms in Newville on GoMechanicsburg.com.
Back at the Mechanicsburg High School gym, it's become a nail-biter. The Cats down by 1 point. They've left 5 points on the floor tonight via missed free throws. They battled back from at least 10 down, maybe 11. And now Wilson will inbound. The scoreboard says they have 1 timeout remaining, and who am I to argue with that? Laura Krikona to inbound. Krikona inbounds. Reagan Condon steals it. Condon with the steal, the shot. No good. Lebo gets the rebound. Lauren Lebo turns it over underneath. Oh my goodness. And a foul. Oh, the Cats had a chance. The Cats had a chance. So the foul goes against the Wildcats. Shooting for Wilson will be Ryan Lehman. She makes the first. Asha Pratt is in. And another timeout called by Wilson. And Clay McAllister looking to have a conversation with the officials. We'll show the Wilson cheerleaders one more time here on GoMechanicsburg.com here during this timeout. So they are out to do some stunting here, as the young ladies from Wilson have battled hard tonight. The Cats down by 2. 7.2 seconds remaining. There's going to be one more free throw coming from Ryan Lehman. Oh, the Cats had a chance. Reagan Condon had stolen the ball away, and they just couldn't convert underneath. So we'll see what happens next here with 7.2. If Lehman can make this free throw, it'll be a 3-point game, and the Cats will have a chance to tie at the buzzer. So following the timeout, back to the free throw line for Ryan Lehman. What a roller coaster of a second half this has been. Lehman readies. Second shot is good. And a substitution as Janai Tisdale checks in. So the Cats are down by 3. And this possession is for the game and the difference between being a 5 seed or a 6 seed. Macy Anoski across the timeline. Mia Masser at the buzzer. And it doesn't fall. Wilson holds on to beat the Wildcats by 3. It's a bit of a heartbreaking loss for the Wildcats. Tears in the eyes of Reagan Condon. She had the steal. She had the opportunity to help the Cats. Mechanicsburg just couldn't convert. Reagan did her part. A gritty, gutty, hustling freshman makes the steal. And the defense from Wilson thwarted what would have been a go-ahead or tying opportunity for Mechanicsburg. So we know with this loss, Mechanicsburg is going to be the 6 seed and play the 2 seed from District 1. Whoever that will be, we will know later Friday night. Oh, unofficial statistical finals. Leading scorer for Wilson, Laura Cracona. She had 11 points. Violet Hauk had 8. Janai Tisdale had 4. Also with 4, Ryan Lehman. Kehlani Hardy had 5. Jade Lee had 6. For the Wildcats, Elena Sweet with 13 points. Macy Anoski with 12. Lauren Lebo had 4. And Mia Masser with 6. But, oh, that young lady would love to have had 9 and a 3 at the buzzer. So Wilson's the 5 seed. Mechanicsburg's the 6 seed. And they'll wait to find out who they play following the District 1 tournament on Friday. Boys basketball tomorrow. Ben Shad has the call. Wilson comes back to this gym, and that game will tip at 4:30 p.m. I will talk to you next Friday from a gym to be determined. For our Go Mechanicsburg live stream crew, Ben Schrass on the score interface, and Chris Klinger working camera. The final one more time. Wilson 40, Mechanicsburg 37. Have a good night, Wildcat fans. And if you know that guy, tell him you saw him on TV.
This has been a presentation of Mechanicsburg High School Wildcat Athletics, presented by 11 Oaks Farms in Newville on GoMechanicsburg.com. Wildcat Athletics is presented by 11 Oaks Farms in Newville, Bobby Ray Hall Automotive Group, Charity Kastner RSR Realtors. Your neighborhood Chick-fil-A at Shepherdstown Crossing. Lawnscapes Inc. Members First Federal Credit Union. Operation Wildcat. OSS Health, now with 2 locations on the West Shore. Mechanicsburg Area Recreation Department. RBC Wealth Management and the Turnbridge Group. Renewed Hearing Solutions. Sheets. Snappers Bar and Grill. Seth Gardner State Farm. Your Harrisburg True Green Lawn Care. Westshire Decks, servicing all of Central PA. The Wildcat Foundation. And Wolf Brewing Company. The Mechanicsburg Wildcats. Presented by 11 Oaks Farms in Newville on GoMechanicsburg.com and on YouTube at Go Mechanicsburg. We'll see you again